This year, the MCEA Awards Committee, along with the MCEA Board, has selected 2 recipients for the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award. This year's award recipients are Bob Greeley and Bob Meyer. I'm going to start with Bob Greeley. Bob Greeley spent 40 years serving Minnesota communities, starting in Breckenridge in 1981 and then moving to Shakopee in 1992. Bob left lasting impacts on the communities he served through the various committees, roles, and volunteer positions he held both locally and statewide. Bob was a co-chair of several MCEA conferences and served on the MCEA Board of Directors. He was very active in his community's service organizations, including the Rotary Club, Lions Club, as well as the State Baseball Tournament Board and the Shakopee Diversity Alliance Committee. Bob continues to volunteer to support his local community. Bob was nominated by several of his community education colleagues, and here are a few of the things that they had to share about Bob. Jenny Ames and Kim Ladiner shared this. Bob is a servant leader who truly cares about his staff and the community. Bob's willing to get down into the trenches to do whatever is needed. Bob's passion for community education is apparent in all that he does. Tim Litvin from Minnetonka shared, professionally, Bob has done it all in community education. He's a lifetime doer, goal setter, and what's next on the list type of person. Bob has always been service above self. Scott Wallner shared that Bob is an excellent community collaborator and uses partnerships to help maximize public resources. His involvement in local and statewide initiatives has been impressive. He has built an innovative and expanding program that will continue to grow. He has developed genuine quality relationships through his community and the field, and he has helped to mentor a number of community educators statewide. Steve Bruckman shared, Bob Greeley could be the poster child for what community education is and does. He is an outstanding example of a caring, motivated, and professional leader who served his Shakopee community and its diverse population extremely well. Bob is respected for his achievements, his love of what he does, and his commitment to the ideals of community education in our state. Please join me in congratulating Bob Greeley as the 2022 MCEA Lifetime Achievement Award recipient.
Congratulations to Bob Meyer and all the past award recipients. Gene told me I had 5 minutes and I may break that rule a little bit, so I'm going to ramble a little bit if that's okay with all of you, and you can stand this. This small town farm-raised kid from Kimball, 20 miles south of here, born 65 years ago at the St. Cloud Hospital. Educated K-12 at Kimball area public schools by great teachers, undergraduate and graduate degrees from St. Cloud State University. Directed my hometown's summer recreation program from 1977 to 1979. Worked and interned at St. Cloud Parks and Recreation Department for a while. Was hired in Breckenridge, Minnesota in April of 1981 as their 3rd community education and recreation director, staying there for 11 plus years. And then hired by the Shakopee School District in early August of 1992 as their community education director, a tour that lasted 29 years. It was a tour. Those 40 years went by so very quickly. I am so grateful to my wife Jerry, sons Mike and Andy, friends, peers, colleagues, teammates, mentors, and all of you as members of this family, community, education. MCEA is an exceptional association, and its past and present members have always been there for me. Yeah, you guys, you always have been there for me. You alumni. Thank you for your kindness and your joy, your laughter, your friendship, your patience, understanding, caring, goodness, and generosity. My heart is filled with gratitude for the many mentors I have had and how very fortunate I have been having you in my life. For what it's worth, back in the day, okay, go back March, April of 1981, I was not the #1 choice of the Breckenridge Candidates Interview Selection Committee, which comprised of school board members, city council members, city administrator, and the superintendent of schools. I remember that interview like it was yesterday. I finished #2. But the #1 candidate from Fargo, after accepting the job, declined the position a week later. Breckenridge City Clerk Treasurer Mike Casper called me. I happened to be home that afternoon and explained what happened and offered me the job via a phone call and asked, when can you start? It was April 6th, and I said, how about in 2 weeks? April 20th, and he said, great, by the way, you will start at $12,000 annually with benefits. We'll talk more on April 20th. Stop in that morning at my office at City Hall and we'll get you situated. I said, okay, thanks much, see you then, click. Back then it was click, okay? I was in Breckenridge on the Prairie from 1981 to 1992. I attended my first MCEA Fall Conference in October of 1981 in Detroit Lakes, and the St. Thomas MCEA Multi-State Conference held at Madden's Resort in the summer of 1982. I was fortunate to have the Breckenridge experience before getting the Shakopee job. I drove an occasional morning school bus route halfway to Moorhead, and also for one winter, I coached the 7th grade boys basketball team, and a lot of other things too that the superintendent said, get it done. We had lots of field trips to the Shrine Circus in Fergus Falls, Valley Fair, Twins games, Chanhassen Dinner Theater, and winter downhill ski trips. Yes, in most cases, I was the driver of the school bus. I had a weekly newspaper column and a live early morning radio program via my home basement at 6:40 a.m. I know what it's like wearing multiple hats in a small town Minnesota situation. Been there, done that in Kimball and Breckenridge. Throw in Rotary, church, town team baseball, and officiating high school and college football and basketball. Back then, I was too busy, much too busy. Jerry and I got married in September of 1984 and started raising a young family. Thank you to my fantastic wife, Jerry, who is not with me today, and here's why. Our grandson, Lucas, has been in Children's Hospital, Minneapolis, for 19 days, but was discharged on Tuesday afternoon. And today was his first day back at Hopkins Elementary School. And hopefully his day went well. If you've ever been to Children's, they treat you, that's one place in the United States you want to have child or grandson be at. The nurses and doctors are absolutely fantastic. She was there all 19 days, I was there for 13. So, count your blessings, right? So, I'm thanking my wife, Jerry, for her 38 years of putting up with me and allowing me to share my professional life with these past, present, and future outstanding educational professionals in community education. Thank you. Oh, by the way, he had a ruptured appendicitis, if I didn't say that, and he was septic, and it was not a good situation. He was in critical condition, even though no one wanted to really say that. My sincere thanks to all the individuals who provided letters of support, received this recognition that I'm receiving today, all done without my knowledge. Mr. Litfin, Timmy, you sly one, you. Also, there are many individuals in this room that are present today and aren't present today in our field that are so very deserving of this award. I'm sorry I'm rambling here. I chose well with community education. My dad always told me it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's about relationships and people. I chose community education, and as family, I chose well indeed. My mom was a home economics teacher in Kimball for many years, and she was my inspiration as I saw her positive impact she made in and out of her classroom. I hope that the work that all of you do daily makes a positive difference and impact in your communities. My mom was a behind-the-scene, get-it-done person, and I was much like that when the opportunity presented itself. So friends, my advice to you is to keep learning, gain new friendships, and do your best to maintain your current friendships that you have. Stay busy, make a difference, hire well, be there, do good, trust, smile, use your vacation time. The work will always be there. The answer is no if you don't ask, so ask and be brave. I want to recognize the Breckenridge and Shakopee staffs and advisor councils I had the opportunity to work with. The consortium groups were also outstanding in all those years. I had the opportunity to work with great superintendents, city clerks, city councils, school boards, and many administrative peers. Thank you to the community education staff members that are with us today. Lisa Ron, Director, Emily Stark, Adult Programs Coordinator, Chris Younger, Youth Enrichment Coordinator, Bailey Halligan, Youth Development Youth Service Coordinator, and Office Assistant Lori Cartgard for coming today and for your outstanding leadership. Thank you. Thank you, all of you, for the outstanding work that you do, for your commitment and perseverance is probably the best word the last 2 or 3 years have been. It hasn't been easy. My hat's off to all of you. Don't forget the community and community education. Be involved with and in community education, MCEA in some capacity, be at committees, conferences, being a workshop presenter, a participant, staying connected. Be a lifelong learner yourself. Come to and participating in MCEA conferences for me, the workshops and the learning opportunities was always something I look forward to. Learn new things to take back locally and reconnect with colleagues and peers in the community education field. Don't forget to reconnect today, tomorrow, and moving forward. We should never stop learning, growing, and giving back to our profession. My thanks to Don Kramlinger for his efforts in organizing the MCEA alumni group that meets in the Metro, those luncheons. To Doug Spray and Bob Whitman for their efforts in organizing the annual MCEA golf event, and the 2023 event is tentatively set for sometime in July, so look for information on that coming up from MCEA. Get that on your calendar for July. Usually it's the 3rd or 4th week, okay? Proceeds from that event go to the MCEA Scholarship Fund. My thanks to Marcia Provencher from Litchfield for the many cookies she has provided over the years at any and all MCEA events and conferences she attended. Awesome cookies, thank you. And guess what? I got my own container today from Marcia. Thank you. Know that once that you retire, you can still be a member of MCEA. For $75, you can pay a one-time fee to be a lifetime member. And here is my check, Matt and Jean.
Thank you.
In closing, take care, everyone. Have a great day. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you.
Next up, we have Bob Meyer, or Robert Meyer. I'm told I'm supposed to call him Bob because no one knows him as Robert, so I went with Bob. Bob Meyer began his career in community education in 1981 as a coordinator in the South Washington County Schools. In 1990, he moved to Storm Lake, Iowa, not sure why, but to serve as their community education director. In 1992, he was hired as community education director for the Chisago Lakes School District, where he served until 2020. In addition to this, Bob has served as the MCEA executive director since 1995. I think it's safe to say that Bob Meyer's name is synonymous with community education in Minnesota. Bob was nominated by several of his friends and colleagues, and I'll share a few of the things that they had to say. Jackie Johnston and Wendy Webster, as past MCEA presidents, we worked very closely with Bob. His fiscal responsibility, dedication, and thoughtful leadership has helped move our professional association to the place it is today. Bob is an advocate for community education in the largest and smallest of school districts across our state. Mark Lay, a school board chair with Chisago Lake, shared that Bob accomplished so much for our school district. He is a man of moral integrity and character. He will not waver from the core values that guide his life. Bob always preached that our school buildings and resources should be available to all. He is one of the best and brightest. His commitment to the ideas of community education has been a lifelong work. Karen Willers shared this of Bob. Bob treats everyone with respect and values their input. He provides needed information, shares past experiences, and skillfully guides the MCEA board as they make their decisions. The true purpose of community education and the role of MCEA are always foremost in his mind, so the integrity of the organization will continue forward. I would venture to say that there is not a community education director in the state that hasn't been helped or supported by Bob Meyer. Minnesota has a reputation for high-quality community education, and this is due in large part to the continuity of Bob's leadership. Finally, personally, I'd like to thank Bob as well. Bob's been a great mentor to me, as well as hundreds of others across the state of Minnesota. I've always appreciated your friendship and your support. Please join me in congratulating Bob Meyer as a 2022 MCEA Lifetime Achievement Award recipient.
Thank you, Joel. So I'm a man of fewer words than Bob, but he knows that. I'm grateful for God blessing me with the opportunity to be involved in community ed. It is a great pleasure and honor to be with all of you. Congratulations, Bob Greeley, for your outstanding career and commitment to community ed, and a job well done. There are many people we would like to recognize, or I'd like to recognize, that for their help and inspiration, but I know I can't list everybody, so I've narrowed it down to just a couple of groups. I want to thank the Chisago Lake staff and district administration for their hard work and dedication to serving our school community. The staff here today, Betsy Sangren, Corrine Agri, Carmen Wilkie, I don't see here, but thank you for your support and your friendship in all these years. Superintendent Dean Jennison and School Board Chair Mark Lee, thank you for your encouragement, leadership, and wisdom. Congratulations to Dan McGonigal, who has taken over as the director. I believe Dan is doing a great job. And the team you're pulling together with the existing staff and new staff is going to serve our community well. Now moving on to MCA. I've had the privilege to work with over 150 board members and 27 different presidents in my time as executive director. Each of the presidents and board members brought a unique set of skills, experience, and personality to the board. And there are a number of past presidents here today, and I'd like them to stand. Come on, you know who you are. Their work and the board work moved our association forward and provided an outstanding service to our membership. I want to thank the last 6 presidents, Lynn Jentz, Jeremiah Mack, Chris O'Brien, Corey Franson, Joe Dahl, and Carrie Cabe, who provided the vision of expanding the MCEA office to serve our community membership better, including the hiring of full-time executive director, Matt Dickhausen. Matt will do an outstanding job, and I look forward to your leadership in the years to come and the phone calls. Just when you get an idea at 3 in the morning, Matt, wait till 7 to call me next time. Chris, Corey, and Joel, thank you for all your work in leading us through the COVID crisis and recovery. All the board members who pushed me to be better, that push helped me to be a better person and a better leader. Thank you. Denny Arthur, Tom Larson, Ted Peterson, thank you for bringing your experience and talents to the work of professional development. You provided the membership what they needed, and it was appreciated. Of course, the most important person in the MCEA office who really made the office run, thank you, Gene Johnson, for your friendship, encouragement, dedication, and humor. You brought it each and every day. Thank you to my family. I shouldn't have looked at them. Renee, Rachel, Rebecca, and Regan, and especially my wife, Jolene, for always being there. Without all of you and your support and love, none of this would have been possible. Thank you. All right, last page. Finally, there have been over 33 Lifetime Award winners, and I've had the honor to work and personally know just about each and every one of them. As I remember these outstanding individuals and the MCEA board members that I've served with, there are 3 leadership traits that they all have in common. First and foremost, they're passionate. You cannot be successful in anything unless you're passionate about something. And these individuals are passionate about community ed. I mean, always passionate. Not only at the good times, but most importantly, on the not so good times, when passionate leadership is needed the most. Second, they cared for others. You can never be successful by yourself. A true leader generally cares for their staff, their colleagues, and their community. And third, their attitude. Be positive. Don't look at the why not or the I can't, but always look into how it can make it happen and find a way to do it. So the bottom line, if you have the passion, if you engage and care for others with the right attitude as community educators, there is nothing we can't accomplish. Thank you for this honor.